What's up, y'all? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Reagan Elyse. This is my first YouTube channel, so thank you guys for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed, make sure that you do turn on that bell so you guys know every time I post. But yeah, it's my first video, so it might be a little, but just roll with me because I'm rolling with it, you know what I'm saying? So a little bit about me. I am a biochemistry major, junior at Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. I am also a transfer student, so I did not start off there. I actually started out at another HBCU and transferred over. And I can say it's been an interesting experience. Had my first semester at Spelman spring 2020, so I'm going on my second semester, and we're still working out the kinks, but all in all, a good experience. So this video is for you, my transfer students, and all those who are thinking about transferring or need some tips on how to transfer and how to make that transition a little smoother. I have 10 tips I came up with for you guys, so let's get right into it. Tip number 1, communication between your home school and the school you plan on going to. With the transfer process and most applications to transfer, you guys do need recommendation letters and transcripts. So with that being said, sometimes you do have to rely on other people and making sure that you have all that you need for the process, or to get admitted into your transfer school. You need to communicate with your home school and with those professors and with those mentors that are going to aid in your transition and in your transfer process. So make sure you have smooth communication, you have those emails set out, have those office hours set out. Make sure you leave no gray area when trying to communicate with those people who are trying to help you. It makes for a smoother transition, and it eliminates the running around that you may encounter. Tip number 2, getting to know a faculty member, a professor, a counselor at the school. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I hope not. But, sorry. You guys might want to get to know a faculty member or a counselor or a teacher, somebody at the school you plan on transferring to, because even though you're going through the standard application process, you're emailing those people you think you should be talking to, they may know somebody. And sometimes it's not always what you know, it's who you know. So that person at that school can direct you in the right path or get you connected to the right people to help your transition become smoother, if that makes sense. When I transferred, I had connections with a counselor there, so whenever something went wrong with my application or they misplaced something, she was my direct contact. It eliminated all middlemen, and it made the process go much smoother. She had all my documents, so if anyone needed to find something, I referenced her. If she needed something from someone else, she handled that on the Spelman side. It makes for a smoother transition. And also, when you get on campus, you know somebody, and you know a faculty member who can vouch for you, or someone who you can talk to. So having that person on campus who you already know, and you can just put the face to the name as soon as you get there, it makes for a smoother transition, a more comfortable transition, and it makes sure things doesn't get too crazy. Tip number 3, starting your transfer process early. So usually this goes hand in hand with tip number 1, but starting the process early, again, eliminates all back and forth and last minute running around, errands that you may encounter when trying to transfer. It also helps recommenders. Like I was saying, recommenders get your stuff, because sometimes recommenders are a little, how do you say, not reliable. Damn! But they're good recommenders, so giving them their time to make sure they have all your information in, and making sure it is a good reflection of you as a student and as a person, having that time, that wiggle room, makes for a smoother transition. So all you are waiting for is everything to just come in and you submit it off. So when did I start mine? Decisions came out in December. I started off probably a few months into the semester, into my fall semester. So Thanksgiving-ish. I think I started way before then. I submitted my application like a month before it was due, but that was because I had my game plan and who I was gonna send my stuff off to, what I needed, my recommenders. That's what I kind of did. It's like a checklist, making sure that you aren't missing anything. There are no gray areas. There are no spaces or blanks left in your process. So you make sure you want to start early so you can finish at a sufficient time. And even if you are missing some things, you still have that time to make up for it. So transcripts, sometimes schools don't get transcripts for some reason. I don't know why, because everyone's through the clearinghouse, but sometimes schools don't get the transcripts on time. You need to make sure you have that and make sure you're communicating with this person and this person. But how to alleviate all those issues, just start early and make sure you're communicating with the right people. Tip number 4, visit the school. If it's possible, visit the school before you decide to transfer. It may look good on paper, it may look good on Instagram pages, but make sure you are making the right decision in leaving your home school and that you actually vibe with the school you plan on going to. So I know sometimes people can't physically go to the school they want to transfer to, but I know sometimes on YouTube you have YouTubers who are give like virtual tours, give dorm tours, a day in my life, those kind of things. Try to get acclimated in a sense, in a superficial way, but become a little familiar with the school and kind of gauge where you fall in with the school. You want to become a little familiar, making sure you're not making the wrong decision, making sure you don't repeat whatever is going on at your home school at this new transfer school. So you kind of give yourself a sense of familiarity by kind of looking at the school, look at brochures, take a tour, go on a campus tour. I know some schools have campus tours you can go to a game, something. Go on the campus, touch it, feel it, embrace it, see if you like it. Go look at virtual tours. Those always help me. That's how I visited Spelman when I was younger, and then I went to Spellbound in 2018. I did get accepted in 2018 straight out of high school, and I kind of got that sense of what it's like to be a Spelmanite, and I kind of liked it. So that was my sense of a tour. I did watch other YouTubers like Breland Barbie, Beauty is Brains, and she kind of gave me a sense of what the school was like. And she was also a bio major, so it gave me a sense of what a bio major would typically go through at Spelman. I looked at Kennedy Simone. She was a good one. So that was my experience. I just kind of see where I may fit in, you know. This tip number 5. I can't stress this tip enough. Check out course equivalencies. Make sure your stuff transfers over.
Shall I repeat?
Check out course equivalencies. Make sure your stuff transfers over.
It will be a pain for you to take courses, pass them, and then your transfer to school doesn't take them. And look at you now. You're taking the course again. That's a pain. So make sure before you even decide to commit to the school, make sure they're taking all your credits, or make sure they take majority of your credits so you aren't repeating a bunch of those courses you sat there and took. Yeah. Make sure they're auditing your credits right when you get there. Also, that affects how your scheduling will be for that semester you get there. I remember when I transferred to Spelman, they audited my credits, but then they didn't audit all of them. So I'm still fighting to get some of those courses approved, and you just need someone to actually sit down and look at them, and that's all you need. Look at course equivalencies. See if you need to do some summer courses just to knock down some of those courses that is required for your transfer school's degree program. I know my previous school, I went to Xavier, and then Spelman. Spelman is more liberal arts. I know they're both liberal arts schools, but Spelman's more liberal arts, so they emphasize wellness, women's health, all those kind of things. Xavier didn't really do that, so I had to make sure that my core classes were all fulfill so I can fulfill Spelman's requirements for graduation. Am I making sense? You just want to make sure that you don't have to repeat a lot of the courses, or you don't have to fill in a bunch of gaps. Make sure that you are on time to graduate like you would be at your old school, and now that you transferred, you'll still be on that same track. You may have to fill in some things or meet their requirements, but make sure you don't have a bunch to do. So you can do that by looking at a course catalog. Spelman and Xavier both have course breakdowns and credit breakdowns, so you can kind of compare them, meet with a head of the department, even a counselor, to see what they will take and what they don't take. Sometimes it's all a matter of just communicating with the head of the department, and most of the times they'll take them. I remember I have 3 biology courses, and I was like, I don't know if they're going to take them. I emailed the head of the biology department. They're like, oh yeah, Xavier and Spelman's, they were familiar with Xavier's bio department, and they're like, yeah, we'll take them, it's no problem. So sometimes it's all that is being proactive with your courses, because courses equals time equals money, and we don't want to waste any of that. So make sure that those things are handled. 6. Okay, I know a lot of schools have kind of like extracurricular academic programs that are geared towards certain majors. So I know at Xavier they have the biology club, those kind of things. So you want to make sure that the school you're transferring to has those kind of programs geared towards your major, extracurricular. So I know some schools, they do like MCAT practice, GRE practice, fee waivers, things like that. So you want to make sure that your school is able to cater to you as a student and to get you where you need to be. You don't want to just go to a school and they not have much besides classes. You want to make sure that you are developing and getting to where you need to be. I know Spelman has a lot of schools come into and give talks. I think we had Rochester Medical School come in, and that was through the student affairs with the pre-med office, I believe. I'm a transfer student, so I'm still trying to get used to the names of the offices, but I did attend that, and those are great eye openers, so you know what you are trying to do and avenues that the school has actually set up for you to get through. Because I know a lot of these schools have partnerships, and they're set here for you, so take advantage of those things. You want to make sure that your school has the proper partnerships. I know Spelman does things with Coca-Cola, Deloitte, all those kind of things. So you want to make sure that you transferring is going to benefit you in that regard, not just classes, but after you get your degree, and make sure it's like a smooth transition for you. You have these things at your fingertips, and you should use them. So you want to make sure that you still have those things at your disposal. 7. Roll with the punches. I can't stress that enough. Transferring is not easy, and sometimes you have to deal with certain things you don't want to deal with. You just gotta roll with the punches. That's all I can really say on that. No, just roll with it. It's all gonna work out. Someone's gonna be in your corner, and things are gonna get fixed to how they need to be fixed, or how they should be. So just roll with the punches. Stay resilient. And that goes with tip number, what number are we on? Tip number 8, which is be patient. These schools are trying to figure out who you are and how they can best serve you. Make sure that you're being patient with them, be communicative with them, be on time with them, be organized, because you don't have your transcript. They need that transcript right now to prove that you could be in this course. You need to have your transcript. Put on your phone, have a laptop with you when you meet with the deans to try to figure out your stuff. Make sure you're patient and you're organized, because they're trying to figure it out too, and they want the best for you. At least I would hope so. But they want to make this a smooth transition for you. They're not here to make your life hard. But be patient, roll with the punches, and stay organized. It's a mess if you're not organized, because they don't know who you are. They're going to grab things out the blue. You need to make sure, keep blinders. They're like a horse. Keep blinders on them and let them know what you need, how you need it, and let's see how best they can accommodate you. So now the social aspect, I would say do your research, know what the school offers on a social scale. So student-ran organizations, third-party organizations that come onto campus. I joined NCNW, which is the National Council of Negro Women. They actually have I think it's an Atlanta chapter, and then they have a chapter on Spelman's campus, so I'm involved in that. Gifted Girls of Grace, and a lot of these organizations partner with each other around campus, so that's a good thing. Just knowing what you're getting into, knowing what you can get into. I also joined a few transfer student group me's or group chats. They have them on Twitter. You can hashtag it. It just helps you get familiar with who you may see. Maybe you can make a little quick friend. I'm not saying that you always find your forever friend in those group chats, but sometimes you can find someone to help you get acclimated to the new environment, because they're new too, so they're all trying to do the same thing as you. It kind of sucks if you're going into it by yourself, but use your social media. That's what it's for, and actually try to get yourself into those places where you can have a smooth transition and not have that feeling of being ostracized, because I know a lot of students feel alone in this transition. So having that at your disposal, find those group chats, find those Twitter groups, connect with someone, find a connection. Lastly, be open-minded. It is rough sometimes, and you just have to know that things are going to get better in this situation, and that this pain that you're experiencing is temporary. So don't dwell on it, don't give up. It's all going to work out. You transfer for a reason, you're there for a reason, so make sure you make the best out of your situation. Be open-minded. If you need help, go reach out to somebody. Sometimes they have transfer student associations. Spelman does, for students who need that extra help in trying to acclimate into the school environment. We also do a partnership with the AUC. It's a group chat called the AUC Transfers, and we try to help each other in this transition and in this process in general, because it's hard sometimes. And Spelman and Xavier aren't big schools, but even though you can still get lost in a small school, in a small student body, because everyone has their friends. It's like you're entering into a new world. But be open-minded, be open into trying new experience, meeting new people, raising your hand in class, because you're not just a transfer student, you are now a student at that school. Act as such. Just make it happen, because you're there to make a great experience. You're not there to shy away from anything. You're not there to be a fly on the wall. You're now a student. You're now part of the student body. You are now that school. So be open-minded, get mixed up in the traditions. Spelman has Olive Branch. I missed that, but I know the Transfer Student Association was trying to work on getting us like a transfer where we do our Morehouse and Spelman sister pairing. Get into those things. Be open-minded, be willing, and be optimistic. So guys, those are all 10 tips that I came up
I'm gonna get it together, I promise.
I came up with for this video. I hope they were helpful. I hope you guys actually take them into account and actually make it a great experience. Make sure you're planned out, organized, all of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any other questions, you guys could drop them in the comments. Let me know, because yeah, we can't all just do this by ourselves. It takes a village, and transferring is not easy. So let me know. Alright guys, thank you for watching my video. Peace.